bring back all those terrifying memories of when I did it before, really.
Kimberly's recreating her valuable 5,895-metre climb up Mount Kilimanjaro in lemon cake layered with blueberry mascarpone cream and decorated with fondant animals and tiny climbers.
The top of the mountain's going to have the snow, like it does with royal icing, and then I'm going to use a bit of spray paint to create my desert, and then abundant silhouettes to make you think that you're in Tanzania.
Skill.
Yeah, it's challenging, but you've done well because they're in the up. They're in. I think I've done all right.
Yes, you can believe your eyes. Trevor Slattery in the flesh. I've been named low.
Right, what have you decided to do for your show?
Trevor!
I'm doing a ski jump cake. A ski jump cake? Ski jump cake. Okay, that's my base, and these are my three structures. So hopefully there'll be a base up here, and a ramp and a jump. And I'm going to try and make a man to ski jump. Eddie the Eagle Edwards.
Ed's hoping to bring Eddie's have-a-go attitude to the creation of his ski jump cake, building the jump from double cream and vanilla sponge, topped with fondant snow.
Are you putting icing over the whole lot?
I've got a fondant slope and a fondant landing stage, and I'm going to buttercream around and up the sides and up the back, so it will get snow. I sort of think
This should actually be a sport.
it's either going to be good or bad. I mean, dangerous.
Leaping into fondant.
That's what I'm worried about, but fingers crossed.
While the sponges are baking, the bakers start to prepare their fillings and icings.
This is a sort of caramel base for the icing.
I'm going to whisk up butter and icing sugar and add this to it. The main thing, lots of salt. My grandma came from Central Europe and everything was full of paprika and spice. I'm a big adder of strawberry tasty things.
I'm using the buttercream for the icing on the cake. I'm going to put the colouring in and make it blue like the sea. This cake is based in Hawaii, of course. Capital serving.
The bakers now have an hour and 40 minutes left on the clock.
They're fine. It's a bit wobbly.
I think the coast is clear. You're rather good at this kung fu stuff, aren't you? Did you train in stage combat? I'm sure the guy who taught me had a few of
I'm
those
just
moves.
going to leave them in for 5 minutes just to make sure, because I don't want them
Thanks
to
for
be
keeping me alive
removed.
a little while longer. Yeah.
I want them to be quite low, but slightly higher than that, never mind.
Take it in honour of your great.
So that's fine. So they're cooked.
Because I bizarrely won the technical challenge.
Victoria won the technical challenge. She just wants to make sure.
I won it. How did you get on
came last.
Ed in the technical? Sorry,
Kristen
how
won.
did you
I came last.
Last was it?
It's not like that.
Ed, Chris and Kimberly are all using fondant models as part of their decoration. But it's a tricky skill to master.
It's supposed to be a giraffe.
I'm making a surfboard at the moment. The problem I've got to keep getting stuck to me board. I'm not sure whether I need to put some icing sugar, but then if I put some icing sugar down, it's going to go a little bit white and I want it to stay.
Yeah, but it's alright. It might wait till it's there, I'll just dust it off. It's alright.
She knows I'm not a threat.
Just do that.
The best way to make a fondant model is to break it down into its separate elements rather than sculpt the shape as a whole.
This is Eddie the Eagle Edwards. Got pink gloves, black ski boots. He's going to stand at the top of my slope on a pair of chocolate skis.
A realistic human body is probably the hardest sort of model to perfect.
That's me. That's me on my bodyboard. That leg's a bit thicker than the other. I'm an expert bodyboarder, as you can see. I better make myself nice and slim now, hadn't I?
That's going to be the shape of my mountain. I just start to build it up, break bits off, just try and get it as high as I can. So I just want to lie this on really loosely. There's not so much finesse to it. Just got to look like there's snow on the top of a mountain. I might not have a cake forever mountain. Bakers, you have 1 hour left on your showstopper bakes.
You need about 10 minutes. My icing is not very complicated.
I'm rethinking. Maybe I'll make the boat the Titanic sinking into the middle of the cake.
I should go and do this half while I'm waiting for the others just to keep cooling.
This is a blueberry mascarpone cream. Is it really wonky? Plus, like, the icing is brilliant. So salty. Just to be sure. I'm just going to sprinkle some. Just for the crunch of the sea.
I'll show you how we do Lego games the Marvel way.
All the other 2 bakes that I did never came anywhere near as high as that. So now I'm sort of like thinking, have I got enough icing sugar? Oh dear.
Hey, you're not busy, are you?
Is this the sort of
Did you
creation
notice
you
the
do for
giant
kids?
bunny by the house?
For birthdays? Yeah?
What am I saying?
What else have you done?
You can see the thing from space. Tony
Cake-wise.
got it for me as a present, and, you know, it's sweet,
Pirate ship.
and I appreciate it, but,
Cheeseburger.
well,
A few weeks ago.
I just think there's
iPad.
someone out there who'd appreciate it more.
I tried to do it.
Have they got a real iPad as well?
She said she wanted an iPad for her birthday.
So you just made
I
one
made
of
one.
cake?
I just need a picture to put in the ad I'm taking out, and you know what? Hulk selfies are getting
I mean,
popular.
Chris is
I bet if
bodyboarding.
he
It's
was in the
basically
picture,
sailing
that'd
extreme
drum up
sport.
some extra
He's just
interest in our bunny
paddling in the
friend.
shallows. Whereas this is deep open water. You wait till I add the sharks.
But the
Before I
top's
forget,
fine.
you
It's
might
getting
need to
icing on the
reassemble or
sides.
rearrange some of the parts of the bunny before taking the picture. Tony took it apart to refactor into one of his suits. I'm kind of disappointed he gave
Has your
up
wife
on the
given you any
idea.
tips?
He says don't make a fool of yourself.
You've done that already. You might as well forget it. I mean, I know you need a bit of a turn here now because we've got a bare wall. You might want to do the back of your cake as well as the front. You know at school we used to stack
Is
your ink
everything
pen in
set?
leaves?
Then let's get help
That's
and
the
take
look
that
we're getting
picture.
here.
I'm having trouble with it. His legs keep falling
Great
off.
picture. This should generate some good publicity for our big buck-toothed friend.
Trying to do stuff like
The
this.
rabbit, of course. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to wedge him up, and then as soon as I wedge him up,
Look, anything like a protocol. Oh dear. I'm just doing the box of the cake, which is going to become the desert of the
Bet whoever hit all my security badges thinks they're a real comedian, don't they? Well, I, for one, don't consider security to be a laughing matter. Plus, those badges are expensive, man.
let's change the plan. Put the body ball on first. I can't get off the blue thing without him breaking up.
And the website to order replacements is so slow and ugly. And the ads. Ugh, so many ads. No, I've got to get those badges back. Can you have a look
He
around?
might be unconscious at the moment. It's a showstopper, all right.
pretty solid. Looks a bit more mountainous now. Sharks and jellyfish. Do we know what colour jellyfish are? Let's hope red and yellow.
I checked the security camera feeds at the time of Whoever did it.
Like that.
That's how boats go.
Hey. Good, well that's as good as it's ever going to be. Brilliant. finished with time to spare, but that just feels like because I've done a slightly rubbish cake.
Bakers, you have 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes left to put the finishing touches to your extreme sports layer cakes.
I'm going to make the runway to the ski jumper to ski down.
You're making us feel guilty now, aren't you?
I'll just pop the ice out of it.
I mean, really, it's just gilding the lily. Little tiny Cheryl, little tiny you.
Shall I make a little Gary Barlow to go with you? Oh, Gary. That's the trouble with Gary. He's got such a big head. It just will not fit on his bod.
Oh, look, there he is.
Let's get off this border mountain. There we go. You're just sitting and waiting at the bottom.
Thank you.
I'm going to make a little logo. That's some fruit polos. You start off wanting to be tiny. I think it's a point where you just totally lose it. I've lost it completely.
Hey, well done, Kimberly. I'm at the top of the mountain.
That's Cheryl.
Yeah, that's a good accent.
Bakers, your time is up. Fingers off your cake now, please. Kimberly. And you can all now go for a nice cup of tea. Kimberly, will you get your fingers off your cake?
For
The Tanzanian beauty.
yesterday, I recorded one time just when I was in
The sea is wonderful, the green and the blue, and you've got the real movement of the sea without any piping, just working away with your knife.
The actual main cake I love. When you move onto the top on the boat, it's a bit simplistic.
It's a life raft.
It looks like a little rowing boat, but it's all about the flavour on this. You've gone for a slightly over-salted cake.
It's come across some salt.
Oh no.
What you managed to do is create a chocolate cake which is quite overly salty in my opinion. The buttercream you've salted as well, so what you get is a whole salt sensation, which is what you wanted, but it's a cake.
For me, it's actually the buttercream filling that's very salty. It sort of hits you.
If you had a couple of pints with it, you'd be absolutely fine.
Look at his little legs. Come on, Paul.
It looks like E.T.'s just rammed his face into that cake.
Floppy legs, floppy arms. You're almost asleep on that, aren't you?
Fine looking cake, I'll tell you that much.
It looks beautifully baked, but lumpy and pale underneath, just done perfectly.
Chris, that is a fantastic sponge. In fact, one of the best ones I've had this year.
Have you done it?
I think the only thing that ruins it is you.
advise you not to touch anything or smash it.
Ed, I think you've done a magnificent, bold ski slope. I love your little ski. It looks just ready to go, dear old Eddie.
I was concerned with the two batches of sponge that this was going to be dissimilar to the actual slope, but they're not. They're identical. It has got lots of flavour in. The buttercream tastes delicious. I think you've done really well with it. Really well with it.
It's interesting, the double cream. It's made the cake a lighter colour, and it's a beautiful texture. I should be trying that.
I think it's a very professional looking cake. The composition of it is excellent.
We asked you for a showstopper. We have
Found those
got
badges
a
yet?
showstopper.
If it helps,
The
Tony put
whole
some kind of...
effect is very
babies!
exciting.
You came
It's
back!
meticulous.
Daddy's gonna
You've
dust you
attended
off
to
and get you
every
all right
detail.
back on your own lapel. You just watch.
The
Sorry.
cake is delicious. I like the yogurt in it. A yogurt cake is lovely. It's always very moist.
The blueberry could be stronger.
Okay.
You could put much more in there to really give it a kick. The sponge with the yogurt in there make them quite dense. It's almost like a Madeira. Madeira is a great cake for building this sort of structure. It's strong. So it's well thought out and actually well baked. Because the flavour with the buttercream and then the sugar paste on the outside in both cakes and the lemon is gorgeous.
Do you know, for Sports Relief today, we've had 4 different cakes, and all of them have been baked beautifully, and they all have a lovely texture.
So, today when we came into the tent, there were 3 bakers in contention. But has Chris swum his way back in with his marvellous sponge?
I must admit, Chris, he has stepped up again. I don't think he's quite come into contention for Star Baker. When you look at the rest of the group, I think Victoria let herself down slightly with this cake. I think she's slipped out of contention for Star Baker.
Kimberly's cake looked very polished.
It was an accident.
It is executed beautifully.
And today, I thought you did really well. I think that is a great cake. For an amateur to make a cake like that, it's well thought through and well baked, and the cake did taste
I
very
managed
good.
to track their locations before the feed went dead. They're all still on the island somewhere. There's one of the suits. Look out! It's hostile!
Bakers, congratulations. You've created some wonderful cakes for the tent. Some absolutely fabulous bakes, if I might say so. And I hope you inspire the nation to go out and whisk up some wonderful creations for Sport Relief. But now that time has come when I, an ex-Star Baker, has to hand over the apron of glory to another. I am delighted to announce that Star Baker goes to someone who started with a little bit of a sinking feeling, but has since risen to huge heights for Sport Relief.
It's not friendly! It's not friendly!
Kimberly, you're Star Baker.
You set the terms, you control.
The penny.
Really good fun. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be Star Baker. Such a big fan of the program. It's absolutely weird. Yeah, it's a really cool.
The signs there were great baking. I mean, I would even say go and get the application form filled in this year's Bake Off.
I think possibly sweet baking isn't for me. I think I should just stick to meat pies.
Had a great time. So I've always made these rather wild, flamboyant dance cakes, and that's what I did today. And maybe there's a few dads out there who will think this year, oh, the best on the
I know, he never gives out things like that.
Absolutely. I know it's a cliche, but making a cake is easy.
A bake sale is an excellent way of raising money for Sport Relief. And if Chris can do it having never made a cake before, so can everybody else.
So, if by any chance you've been inspired to do a little bit of baking for Sport Relief, I suggest you go to bbc.co.uk/Sport Relief for some fantastic fundraising ideas. And also you can get details of the Sport Relief Bake Off recipe book. You may also wish to be purchasing one of these lovely pennies.
This is why I'm
and
doing
not a professional baker.
I gotta be honest with you.
Not just
I
a
knew
wet
exactly how
fool
the machine
like
worked.
me.
One of the perks of having the so-called Piper line. But I really wanted to see those suits in action. Don't be too mad. One of the suits found this on its little adventure. You should take it.
The glass that was broken, and that obviously does tuck on under there. That's not a safety feature. There's James's folding arrangement that gets it all down, but it's the back where we're really pleased, because what we've done is we've cut the tailgate in half, so you come back with heavy shopping, you undo all these, takes no more than 5 or 10 minutes, and then we've hinged it here, so you can pull the whole thing open and load up the boot. And yes, there are 1 or 2 rough edges here, for example, but on the whole, we are very proud of it. To see how good our roof would be in real-world conditions, the production team came up with a number of tests.
Now, our first challenge. Yes, indeed. Let's have it, Professor. Right. No idea what this is. Challenge 1. You must drive the car with the roof up at a speed of 100 miles per hour without anything breaking or falling off. Well, it won't. Obviously, we couldn't do this on the road, so we went to the Millbrook Proving Ground in Bedfordshire, where there's a 2-mile banked circuit.
It's been nice, chaps.
Yeah, wait a minute. Normally, I wouldn't wear a helmet.
No, but on this occasion.
Today, though, I am. You ready, boys?
Yeah, braced and ready.
Here we go!
Do it! 35, 36 miles an hour.
There's a bit of a drop here from these windows, and we may have to look at that. Things were going well until we blasted past the 50-mile-an-hour barrier.
Guys, what are issues happening back here? What's it?
Oh no! You're stitching his rubbish!
It's fine, keep going. I'm sure you did, so let it go. Because your stitching came apart. No, what's that? It's all collapsed in the bag! It's overhead!
Still on!
My head's holding it up! That's fine, just stay where you are.
65, 66.
Here we go.
59.
Yes!
Speed limit. She's waking up. Come on, you useless piece of junk.
I am no part of it. I'm structurally integral to the roof. It's really not good back here.
96.
It's not good. It's not good at all.
97. So, we survived that, just, and Richard and I decided to get the roof down. James said this would take but a moment.
Surely, now where does that go? As neat as we can work. See, from a distance, it actually looks like it's reaching a back end. This isn't its best side now, because you've got a hinting on it. Righto, next challenge. You must now go to Woburn Abbey Safari Park and drive your convertible through the wild animals enclosures.
There are lions.
You don't want to worry about the lions anyway, it's the monkeys you've got to worry about. Have you seen a lion? Massive pointy teeth. Monkeys, then don't scare them. I do, because they're Barbary 8 monkeys and they're really, really vicious. They've got really vicious teeth. Alright, I'll put it this way. If you were to be locked in a phone box for half an hour with A, a monkey, or B, a lion,
Exactly.
there you go. What would you go for? The lion. What? No, because monkeys in confined spaces, those Barbary monkeys, they panic and they get really incredibly violent.
I just love the way that James thinks that monkeys are in some way the greatest peril we're facing in the next hour of our lives. Normally, Woburn does not allow convertibles into its dangerous animal enclosures, but they were so impressed with the structural integrity of ours, they made an exception.
I'm scared, look at that!
I filmed it, it is Jurassic Park. please keep your doors and windows closed? And under no circumstances going in a homemade convertible runner's family.
These animals need pies!
You want to see?
The African lion, 6 tons of muscle and teeth.
To anyone from Woburn, have these lions been fed?
They're on a star day today.
Excuse me, it's Jeremy again. Did you say they were on a starve day?
Yeah, we feed them twice a week, which is more similar to the feeding regime they have in the wild.
So when did they last eat?
2 days ago.
Okay, we'll call that a practice round. Give it another try.
Yeah, but if you mention monkeys, I'm throwing you out.
Oh, stop! Holy mother! Fine.
Oh, the last person who came through in a convertible. To him, we look like a sort of sandwich box with the lid half off.
Fortunately, the lions had other things on their minds.
Oh, look what's going on.
No, that's lion porn.
Oh, what are you doing, man?
What if he tries to do that to us?
With my point made, we left the lions and headed for the peril of the monkeys.
Monkeys! Some of them are like a foot tall. He's eating a carrot! Look what he's doing to it!
But then, a really big one rocked up.
Attack monkeys!
That's a Barbary ape, that's he is. No, you've got to stay there after you knock her off.
We had to leave with our roof mascot still in place, because it was time for our final challenge. Modern convertibles are capable of driving through automated car wash machines. You must now do the same with your car. The car wash selected for the test was brand new. It had cost the owner £1 million and featured the latest technology to deliver the cleaning power of a Category 5 hurricane.
Has anyone else suddenly become slightly nervous?
Yes, I'm terrified. Yeah, I'm scared. It is quite cold this evening as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But freezing. So it is one bit.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm not nervous. No, I know it's fine. It'll be good. It'll just, wrap around a bit.
My confidence is waning.
Yeah. There's a light mist coming into the car.
No, that's just condensation.
No, it's a bit of mist through the gap, but that's fine.
I'm dry still.
I'm wet now.
Must admit, I've got a bad feeling about this.
There's a Jeremy big roller coming up the window. The roof isn't.
You're right.
Oh, my God!
Get out!
I can't get out!
Get out of the side! I'm out! Run, man! You have to get through there! Just get out! Get out! It's absolutely on fire. It's on fire. It's on fire. Just run. Just run.
These are a few examples of various amphicar attempts over the years. They all work, sort of. But not one has ever captured the world's imagination. Well, we're going to try and change that.
All 3 of us have gone our separate ways. We've each bought a car. We now have 2 days in which to make them amphibious. At the end of that, there will of course be a mystery challenge of some sort to see who's done the best job. I bought this, a Triumph Herald. And here's my idea. Instead of using the engine to power it on the water, I'm going to fit it with a mast and some sails. How brilliant is that?
I have no idea what James is doing, nor do any of us have any idea what kind of water we'll be testing in. I think it'll be some sort of river or maybe a canal, which is why I have bought a camper van, which I'm going to turn into a houseboat of sorts.
Yes, it'll be my very own home from home, on land or on water, and there'll be a warm welcome waiting inside wherever I go.
It's the most multi-purpose vehicle ever.
Me? Well, I've come to the Solent to see an old friend. His name's Steve Curtis, and he's won the Class 1 Offshore Powerboat World Championship 7 times. Here's the thing, okay? Amphibious cars, for me, the problem they've always been is they're too complicated. You've got to get the power to the wheels, and when you go in the water, you've got to stop the power going to the wheels, pull a lever, and make it go to a propeller. So why not just get a car and then put an outboard motor on the back?
Yeah,
I mean, it would work.
Yeah, for sure. Depends what sort of car have you got?
Yep, it's a Toyota Hilux pickup truck, which I chose for 2 reasons. Firstly, as we've proved with a number of tests on Top Gear, it is completely indestructible. And secondly, that rear end is the perfect mounting point for an outboard.
This is a great little outboard because everything's in it. See what you do, you hop in there, put this down. I might need to be a little bit bolder.
Look, I was thinking more, Steve, in terms of this, to be honest. In fact, I'm thinking more in terms of 2 of these rather than 1 of these. Well, how many horsepower is that? 2.3.
Would you get you along very nicely?
2.3 is a small amount of horsepower. Honestly, I want this.
But don't you just want it to sort of go?
That's 225 horsepower. So 2, 450 horsepower.
That's half the horsepower of a Formula 1 car. There'll be water. I mean, it's going to be very up. You can't put stuff on it. It's going to be all over the place. I mean, you'll roll it. It'd just be unstable.
Now, Jeremy chose Steve because he's an expert on hydrodynamics, and then set about arguing with him. I chose my expert on the strength of his accent.
We'll extend the stern onto here.
Yeah.
We'll give you somewhere, obviously, for the summer days you can get out and steer the boat and plane.
The crank.
Unlike Jeremy, I was going to run a single small propeller from the van's engine, even though it was only a 1.6 diesel.
I mean, it doesn't have to be fast. This isn't a speedboat. I just want it to be, well, like a canal boat.
Wood, aluminium, bits of rope, clink, clink, clink in the wind, all that's, a little telltale on the top.
Are you more like after your Russell Crowe Master and Commander style?
Yes.
I was adamant that my pickup truck remain as car-like as possible, apart from the 2 big engines, obviously. But Steve insisted it had to have a hull. What does he know? This is complicated.
Well, it's a case of, do you want it to go forward in water or not?
Yes.
Well, then you'll need that little bit. I think we might have to do a little bit to the bottom. I don't think we can leave sort of the wheels. I think we've got to lock off the suspension.
We're not doing that.
Well, how did...
Because we're an amphibious car. That means a car that goes in water. If you start locking the wheels off, it is.
But then when we go in the water, they're just going to drop like that.
Meanwhile, James had a much more basic problem.
If I get the lads for push.
Would you?
Very well, thank you. Very well indeed.
What are you doing? What have you got?
It's pretty, I don't want to tell you, really, but it's pretty freak. As a road going vehicle and as a boat, I think it's going to be a winner.
I bet it's a Lotus Esprit, isn't it?
Well, it's a monocoque. So it has some sporting pretensions.
And what's he going in terms of propulsion?
Well, now the a lot of I'm going to fully utilise the onboard.
Hammond was keeping his cards close to his chest.
May, Clarkson.
Have you heard from Hamster?
Well, yeah, I did, but I can't get much out of him. He's now saying his car is rear engine, but not a 911. I think he's bought a Hillman Imp and he's making a submarine.
Look there, and then another one there.
I just can't tell you how dangerous and ridiculous.
Why would it be dangerous? To try and prove